The headset was new, sleek, powerful. It promised an escape, a trip into worlds unseen. He placed it over his eyes. The world dissolved. Darkness, then light. He was in Croydon, but not the Croydon he knew. This Croydon was old. Cobblestone streets slick with rain. Gaslights flickered, casting long shadows. He smiled. This was why he loved VR. Total immersion. He could almost smell the damp, hear the distant clip-clop of unseen horses. He began to walk. The alleyway was dark, almost too dark. He hesitated. Fear, a primal instinct, tugged at him. He pushed it down. It was just a game. He stepped into the black. The air grew cold. The smell of damp earth and something else, something rotten. He heard a noise, a soft whisper just at the edge of hearing. He turned, searching the darkness. Nothing. He continued walking. The alley twisted and turned, a maze of brick and shadow. He felt lost, disoriented. The whispers grew louder, circling him. He could almost make out words, but they were in a language he didn't understand. He stopped, panic rising in his chest. He wanted to go back, escape this digital nightmare. He fumbled for the headset release, but it wouldn't budge. It was stuck. The whispers were screams now, echoing around him. The air grew thick, heavy. He felt a presence behind him, cold and menacing. He didn't want to turn, but he had no choice. He spun around. Standing there, bathed in the flickering gaslight, was the figure from the distance. He was tall, impossibly thin, his face hidden by the shadows of his hat. He was smiling, a grotesque, unnatural stretching of lips. The figure took a step closer, then another. He moved with an unsettling fluidity, like a puppet with its strings cut. The man reached out a hand, long, bony fingers tipped with what looked like claws. He screamed, a desperate, primal scream that echoed through the empty street. He thrashed against the headset, but it was no use. He was trapped. The figure lunged. He felt a searing pain in his chest, then everything went black. He woke up on the floor, the headset lying beside him. He was shaking, drenched in a cold sweat. It had felt so real. He could still feel the phantom touch of the figure's hand. He picked up the headset. It was warm to the touch, almost hot. He stared at it, his heart pounding in his chest.